Hi, Scorpio. I think I have it at a good angle, but we gonna see. How you doing? It's your girl Alex, and I'm back again to bring you guys messages from the universe. God, angels, universe. Hey, how you doing? Can you please bless us with some clear, helpful guidance? I love you. I love you. Thank you. Amen. All right, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Let's see what you got. Seven of Cups. Star card. Okay. Nine of Wands. Lovers. Hermit. A lot of thinking. Okay. Two of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. Wow, right in front of each other. Ten of Swords and Knight of Swords. So the third Knight. Okay, so there's some quick stuff going on here, or at least you're wanting something to happen quick. I feel like the universe is wanting you to make a little bit of effort, right? I heard to get out of your own way. That message has been coming up for you lately, Scorpio. It feels to me, right? I have the Ten of Swords here, and I hope you can see that. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, you want it to come out. Okay, so I have 58 cards on the table. This Two of Swords, every time I touch this Two of Swords, and I'm getting chills as I'm about to convey the message. The Two of Swords is presenting as get out of your own way, right? I know we talked about this yesterday on the Scorpio Hangout. There's something you're not seeing. And it could be because you're emotionally confused, under some sort of influence, right? Whether it's rose-colored glasses, you're in love, you're happy-go-lucky, to being emotional, wishful thinking, daydreaming. The Seven of Wands is woundedness, though. Perhaps you could have had a conversation with someone. I do have the Knight of Swords here with the Ten of Swords. So that kind of feels like somebody pleading, right? Oh, I do this and I do that and I do this. The Hermit with the Two of Swords is like, the message I'm getting is like utilizing a part of you that is dormant, right? These two knights, Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, are fast. But notice how they're going in this direction. The Knight of Pentacles is determined, okay? The Knight of Pentacles is going this direction. So it just kind of feels like either some sort of communication, conversation, action, passion, high emotions, anger, high emotions like anger, high vibrating negative emotions, which is anger, is preventing progress or some sort of growth, right? The Wheel of Fortune is things going around and coming around. The Wheel of Fortune represents cycles and, seasons and life and orbits, right? So it kind of feels like for every one step forward, you're taking two steps back. Angel said for a lot of you, you didn't notice that. Now, the Lovers card, right? This is a Mercury card. There's the Hermit, which is Virgo. So this is Virgo and Gemini, okay? Gemini is the sign of duality. It is the combination, the even balanced combination of masculine and feminine energy, right? The two energies coming together blissfully and peacefully in love. Oh, you got a lot of Aquarius here. And Aquarius represents expansion, right? Freedom, higher vibrating, togetherness. You know what I mean? You got the Star card there twice. There's that Knight of Swords again. So that's conversation, communication. Page of Pentacles. Okay. Nine of Pentacles. Got a lot of earth energy here. Double Hermit. Four Swords. Ooh. Four Swords under the Page of Pentacles kind of says that maybe some of you are at the drawing board trying to figure out how to get something going, maybe at a quicker pace. You've been getting these double fives clustered together towards the end of your reading. Eight of Wands. That's motion, that's quick action. That's things, you know, moving and shaking, right? Momentum. Where's my other nine? Nine of Pentacles. You get double nines also in your reading, Scorpio. The past couple of readings, you've been getting a lot of mirroring. Look what's on the bottom, the Star card yet again. And I already have the Star card here twice. Some of you right now, your head is in the clouds, which I am fully all for, Scorpio. I will fully accept that. I prefer your head to be in the clouds than for you to be nestled, you know, very warm and cozy in your head. Okay? So I feel like for a lot of you, you're looking towards the stars. You're looking for some sort of enlightenment. You're looking for some sort of inspiration. Okay? It's almost like you're ready for some sort of inspired action. Nine of Wands in the King of Swords kind of says to me, there's no better time than the present, right? Almost like, you know, the Knight of Swords is the knight in shining armor. I mean, all the knights technically can be, right? But the Knight of Swords, shining armor, right? Sitting with his back to the King of Swords. I feel like for a lot of you, you're just going to have to make a decision to just go forward, right? To just do something, to just jump in, to take a risk of some sort, okay? Yeah, my angels just said so far you got 4 knights on the table. The knights in the tarot represent the, you know, the relay, the carrying, movement, motion, especially between two parties. Ooh, I don't have any king, or I got the King of Swords. There's the Moon card. Another 9. King of Swords again. Wow. 4 of Pentacles. That's your third 4. 4 Swords, 4 Pentacles, 4 Pentacles. 3 of Swords. Wow. 2 of Wands. 2 of Cups. 3 twos. The Fool card. Another Aquarius card. There you go, Scorpio. The Death and 3 of Cups. Wow. Devil on the bottom. This feels like a decision related to some sort of clarity. The 2 say choice, option, couple. Right? So you can go left, you can go right. So when I say a couple, you got 2 decisions, 1, 2. You have the Hermit here twice and the Star card. Yeah, you're looking for some sort of divine intervention, some sort of divine message to help you navigate through the unknown. I have the unknown here. with the moon card. And then I have fear sitting at the bottom right part of your reading. It feels like there's something you need to do. There's something you've been wishing for, and I feel like you need to make effort towards whatever this wish was or is. It feels like there's guaranteed success, but it just kind of feels like your mind is getting the best of you. Probably because you're tired and or burnt out. You may not necessarily have the energy or wherewithal to make this last ditched effort, right? So, yeah, my angels also said too, in your mind, there are no guarantees, but universally, depending on the level of effort that you put towards whatever this is, the level of effort is going to determine that guarantee. So in other words, if you do nothing, nothing will happen. If you charge forward, you'll see amazing results. Okay? Ooh, this is a raggedy reading. It is. I mean, look at these. You got some pretty stagnant cards here. And then you got the Three of Swords, the Five of Cups on the table. So it also to me feels like whatever this forward progress is, I mean, you got the Nine of Wands here. So you're already wounded or burnt out, right? The Knight of Swords with the King of Swords. King of Swords countering King of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles kind of says, what is the saying? Third time's the charm. 10th time might be the charm for some of you. Okay. I have the Ten of Swords here. This is the only 10 so far that I see on the table, but it's almost like something is building up towards a new beginning, right? You got the Fool behind the Death card, but in front of the Death card is the Three of Cups. So the Death card kind of says, Scorpio, you're tired, you're burnt out, whatever this is, you don't want to make an effort. For some of you, it's like, listen, can I just sit here for some time, right? Can I just chill out? Can I just sit in this moment and just be here? The universe is like, hell no, get your ass up and get to that, knock down those 10 swords or 10 wands. But there's fear here. Two of Pentacles, fear of making the wrong decision. Okay. Because the Seven of Cups is choices and options. And you're praying for a clear message from the universe. Here's your message, right? Because I have the Page of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles, right? And there's Virgo, Gemini, Virgo, right? So you have Mercury on the table. I know we're approaching the shadow period of a Mercury retrograde. Angels are saying for some of you who have Virgo in your chart, specifically in your Venus or maybe rising position, this feels like everyday procrastination. It almost even feels like you are waiting for something to blow over, right? It's almost like you're wishing for something and praying like hell. You don't have to make any effort, that God will just bring the wish to you. And it's like, okay, God, I cleaned the kitchen and the bathroom last week, so I kind of feel like I did my part. So if you could just bring this wish in and I don't have to do nothing, I'd really appreciate it. That's what this feels like. Like you're looking for some sort of answer, movement, right? Without having to deal with your fears. Now, y'all don't need me to say to you that's not going to work out, right? You don't need me to say that, right? Where the universe is concerned, you have to make a choice here that's very clear, but the choice that you have to make has nothing to do with your situation. It has to do with facing your fears, right? Facing your fears. And your fear is that you're afraid of making the wrong decision. And I'm looking, right, because I have the Lovers, the Knight of Pentacles, and a block, right? I have the Two of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles. I said the Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and a block. The Knight of Wands and the Fool and a block, right? I have disappointment and despair over here. Notice how a knight is kind of paired up with some sort of blockage. Knight here, blockage here. Page of Pentacles, an offer, communication, a block here, right? Procrastination, going within. Crossroads, denial, not wanting to make a decision. Movement, stop. Movement, stop, right? Movement, stop, stop. Movement, stop. Movement, stop. This resonating yet? Right? It feels like my angels just said, yeah, transformational energy has stalled out. Right? It's like, if I do this, you can get with this, and you can get with that, or you can get with this, or you can get with that. Right? This feels like you're stuck in some sort of, cycle. You're stuck. You're stalling. Look at what's on the. It was peeking out like this, right? It's the Ace of Cups. And my angel said, if you look at that table, where's the love? Where are the cups? Two of Cups, Three of Cups. Good cups, right? Those are damn good cups. Two of Cups, Three of Cups. If you approach it lovingly, and yeah, I know the Lovers is here, right? But the Devil is here as well. These are the naked people with the light, with the lightness. These are the naked people in the darkness. So this is almost like unconditional love. This is almost like conditional human attachment style love. Okay? That was funny. That was funny. No, I'm just cracking up at the whole. Your transformation is stuck. It's almost like a record player skipping and playing the same stuff over and over and over and over. Now my angels just said, well, that's it. They're stuck in a cycle. Remember the night's relay. They go back and forth. You see what I mean? Just like the earth around the sun, all the planets go around the sun, right? Cyclical. There's some sort of cycle here. You're praying for, you're praying for a new outcome, but you keep doing the same thing, which is what? The definition of insanity, right? So you're praying for an outcome, but so your answer is very simple. Stop doing the same thing over and over and over. You know what it is that you're doing over and over and over? Right? It's your fear. It's your fear that keeps poking its head up, and you get wind of it. Yeah, fear of the unknown. Okay. I got the Nine of Pentacles twice with the Page of Pentacles, Knight, 4, 5. So, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, this reading to me feels like it could have to do, it could resonate with those of you who, instead of facing your fears, you throw yourself into work, right? You throw yourself into work, or you find a healthy distraction. Angels are also saying too, Seven of Cups does represent some sort of self-medicating, right? Whether it's a substance, alcohol, weed, narcotics, or it's working, becoming a workaholic, right? Or that substance could be, you're feeding your fear with a substance. That substance could be cleaning your house, or, helping everybody else, advising everybody else. Wow, that's interesting. Because I said that because I saw the swords, right? So the King of Swords to me is the king of decisions and communication and challenges, right? The King of Swords is like, hey, the King of Swords gives orders, or the King of Swords tells the truth. The King of Swords is incredibly smart and intellectual. You see what I mean? So by the time the King of Swords is coming in, the King of Swords is non-biased, right? The King of Swords is kind of coming in as that third party to say, oh, by the way, here's what you need to do. Here's the decision. Here's the information you're looking for. Problem with the King of Swords is that he's cold, right? He's cold-hearted. He's just going to say it. He don't give a shit how you feel, right? He's coming in with tough love. But he is the expert, right? Because he's a king. He has status. The Seven of Cups up here, right? And I asked where the cups. 7 and 2 is 9. 9 of Cups. You've got the 9 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, and 9 of Pentacles here. And the 9 of Cups is that emotional fulfillment. You'll get exactly what it is that you want and what you need as soon as you face your fear. The fear of the unknown. I feel like with all these swords on the table too, some of you are afraid of rejection, right? I got a couple of 5s here. You're thinking about the last time you got hurt and you're trying to avoid getting hurt like that again. So you're like, okay, I'm going to focus on these 3 cups. And when I'm going forward in the future, I'm going to look out for these 3 cups. And if I see these 3 cups spilled, I'm not going to get into that situation. Well, to focus on the 3 cups is almost to guarantee the 3 cups through law of attraction, right? If you really, really, really wanted to focus on the 2 that are behind you, okay? Which are the same 2 cups here. Connection and union. Angels just also said too, trust within oneself. That's it. That's it. You don't trust yourself. Whatever this unknown situation is that you're headed towards, Scorpio, you might have made a mistake in the past and you're hoping like hell history doesn't repeat itself. Have I learned my lesson? Oh shit, here comes the situation again. I don't know what to do. Angel said, could you give them some context or some color? Which is them saying to me, give you guys an example. Okay, so an example would be a family member. Let's make it easy, right? It definitely involves another person because again, I have all these 2s here, right? 2 of Pentacles. Oh, good. My angel said, let's look at the money, okay? Say for instance, you had someone take advantage of you before. They asked you for money and they never paid you back. So say this person is coming in again, say they have an emergency and they're asking you for money and they acknowledge and say to you, hey, I know I borrowed money from you before and I never paid it back and I'm sorry about that, but I promise to pay that back, but for right now, I desperately need your help, Scorpio, okay? And you're like, I don't know, right? You may talk it out. You may decide to, create a contract. You're looking for some guarantees that, listen, I need my money back and I need to make sure you're going to pay your money back. Pay me my money back. So I feel like reluctantly you may loan them the money. This reading is you sitting and wondering, oh shit, did I do the right thing? Should I have listened to my intuition? My intuition said it'll be okay, but I don't really know, right? And you're trying your hardest not to focus on it, but I can guarantee you're overthinking the shit out of this situation. You're going back and looking at how they took advantage of you before and how your intuition might have told you before, don't give them that money, but you ignored your intuition. So now you're hyper focused on, okay, intuition, should I have given them that money, right? This to me kind of feels like you are elbow deep in self-doubt. Elbow deep in, did I make the right decision? Did I do the right thing? Okay? And angels are saying, first off, let me put you at ease. It was okay. Whatever decision this was, whatever happened, It already happened, right? So to stress about it, like you can go back in time and make it so it didn't happen, you can't do that, right? That's the definition of forgiveness, is releasing that whatever it is that you're regretting, whatever it is that you felt like you should have done differently, you got to forgive yourself for that. You got to just let that go. If it already happened, it happened. You can't unchange it, okay? So the first message of advice is, whatever this is that is hot and heavy on your mind that you wish to hell you could have undone or undid or undo, right? You got to let that go, okay? You got to let it go. Now is to focus on the value, Nine of Pentacles. What's going to bring you value? What values you still have intact, right? What value you can attract going forward. You know what? If this person doesn't give me my money back, you know what? Let me go and, start this new business or create this new thing or, start a YouTube channel or TikTok or whatever, right? So in other words, instead of focusing on what has already been done, angels are saying that's the negative loop, right? That's the definition of insanity. You keep focusing on what has already been done. And law of attraction on the wheel of fortune keeps bringing back what's been done, what's been done, what's been done, what's been done, what's been done. To break yourself out of this, you have to focus on, where is it? The Two Cups. You have to focus on new connection, new value, new information, new blessings, new love, new job, new. Put it on the wheel, right? Not the past, not what's been done. Because all the wheel does is just go around. You're the one who's loading stuff onto it. And you keep loading what's been done, what's been done. This is the purest definition of insanity if I've ever seen one in a reading, okay? And I know the wheel and what's giving the wheel motion is all these knights, right? All these knights on the table are giving the wheel motion. You keep going back and forth, back and forth. You keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The past right now, Scorpio, has you in a chokehold, okay? Now it's time. And again, if I look at this table, you're wounded here, you're overthinking, you're blind, you're stuck, you're hurt, you're blocked, you're sitting and procrastinating, you're crying over spilt milk of the past, you're feeling left out, right? You have all of these emotions that are sitting on top of you right now. My angel said, now, and I really want y'all to pay attention to this example. My angels are saying, think about the past, okay? Now think about the past as dirt on your body, right? Whatever it is, the Nine of Wands, right? You got 9 bags of dirt on your body. If that were true in a real life scenario, what would be the first thing you do? Exactly. Clean it. Cleanse yourself of it, right? You would wash it all off of you. But here, you're walking around with all of this dirt, all of this baggage, all of this dirt, all of this baggage. And you're like, dear God, can you please remove this dirt and baggage off of me? And God is saying, Scorpio, all you need to do is cleanse. You know how you cleanse the dirt and baggage off of you? When you remove it, let's pay attention to the cleanliness, the new. Okay, I got a clean slate. I can start over, right? I have the Fool card. And I have the Death card, which is you, Scorpio. So, and what's in front of it? 3 filled cups. But Scorpio is like, oh shit, there go them 3 cups again. They're eventually going to spill. Universe is giving you a choice. Again, is this baggage, right? Is this dirt? Is your fear of these cups spilling over? Is that fear what's going to muddy you up again or dirty you up again, right? And angels are saying, yes, absolutely. Your fear is what's dirtying you. Your fear of letting go of the past or your fear of the unknown in the future is what's fucking you up. Now, angels are saying, we get that. We get that. Every time you humans send a man, a woman, a child, a dog, a monkey up in space, there is always a curiosity about what is in this great unknown, right? Like today, if we left the planet and when it went into space, we'll be like, ooh, what am I going to see? Okay? Angels are saying in that definition or that example, there is an excitement about, ooh, what am I going to see? That same excitement needs to be applied here. Ooh, what's to come? But angels just also said too, if you have not cleansed, in some cases healed, right? Then your outlook for the future is always going to be blurred or confused or not clear. Okay? So for a lot of you, angels are saying, yeah, go pick up the King of Pentacles. Pick up the Knight of Pentacles. Sorry, King of Swords, Knight of Swords. Right? This is the universe saying to you, Scorpio, baby, y'all need to get crystal clear. Right? And here's the thing. You're clear about how you got here. Right? If I said to you, Scorpio, and this typically happens, as soon as I say hi to people or, hey, how's it going? Blah, 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 they immediately start dumping their past out. They're dumping it about, well, I'm okay. I was sick last week. I had stumped my toe and broke my finger. And, I had lost money. Right? I'll try not to get triggered. Okay? So, fear of the unknown is the fear that the past will repeat itself. And angels are saying, very clear and concise, the past only has to repeat itself based on what you put on that wheel. If you're continuing to put baggage and past baggage on that wheel, by default, it's going to return. You have to find the right amount of courage to release your fear off of the wheel so we can start to bring you newness in. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Angels are saying, and that's the message. That's the truth, Ruth. All right. So what I'm going to do, I just wanted to clean that bottom row because it was near the end of the table. And yes, I did get a new table. I'm so excited because it's so big. I can reach across and, I needed more space. Yeah, you guys get the cards the same in the frame, but, I can, the decks are like over here. Anyway, so what additional messages? You're hoping for a different outcome, but are you still putting your baggage on the wheel? Angel said 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. 3, 2. Okay? 3, 2. Well, how do I hear somebody saying, how do I get excited about the future? How do I look forward to the future? And by default, it's just releasing your past, right? So if you ever got bit by a dog, right? And you don't like going to the park because a lot of people, have their dogs, okay? So that example would simply be when you now walk on this path where people have a lot of dogs, just say it's going to be a good day. I'm not going to get bit. And if there are dogs out there, it's going to be okay. It's a new day. Okay. So it's not just releasing the past only, it's releasing your emotional ties to the past. It's releasing your emotional ties to the past, right? As in, hell, I got bit by plenty of my own dogs, right? Breaking up fights, and that was the only reason I got bit. And little Miss Snowflake, she just plays and bites, right? But using the example of being bit by a dog, now I look at dogs as in, hey, they got teeth, they bite. You know who else bites? Humans, right? So my emotional association with being bit, the emotions are gone, right? I lean into, hey, it's a possibility. But my emotions being so dense and heavy, because I can release them, that means I can go forward free and clear, right? Not expecting them, but knowing, yo, it's a possibility. It happens. They have teeth. Hell, I can get bit by a human or a shark if I go to the, right? As in, it's all in play. There's no reason for you to fear it if it's a possibility in the universe. I hope that makes sense, right? It's that whole Eckhart Tolle. You have to pay bills, but you don't have to worry about how you're going to pay bills, right? If you got it, pay it. If you don't, you know what? When I get it, I'll pay it, right? In other words, that emotional attachment doesn't have to be associated with everything. My angels just raised one eyebrow and was like, you know, you're talking to Scorpio, right? Scorpio's a water sign. Scorpio is intense. Scorpio has intense emotions. Scorpio is also ruled by Mars. Mars is very courageous. Okay, Mars is also fast acting. Mars is also a fire planet. Which, believe it or not, you know, Aries is ruled by Mars and Aries is not. Aries is a fire sign. Okay. So angels are saying you'll burn yourself out, right? That water and fire are designed to burn each other out. But angels are like, they don't have to. Depending on the level of intensity and momentum and pace and stride, that that fire doesn't have to get hot enough where it completely burns out your water. Okay. So I hope that makes sense, as in equal amounts of heat, equal amounts of water can exist, right? The water just turns warm, right? Again, as long as the fire is moderate. Now, why does this matter? I know some of y'all are like, oh, she done went off on a tangent. No, I didn't. This is all coming into play because your fear is an emotion. And in certain cases, it's running amok and it is putting out your flame. It is extinguishing your flame. What is your flame? Action and motion, right? So your emotions, action and motion, not emotion, right? So your emotions, if they get so high, right? If they get so, like, if you're thinking about the past and you still have those emotional connections with the past, if you become so emotional, there's no regulation, there's no emotional intelligence, you are going to extinguish the fire side of you that causes you to act, to be courageous, to do something different, to go forward boldly. Scorpio, probably, I don't think we're the most bold of the zodiac, of the other signs, but Scorpio, you're pretty damn bold, okay? But for some reason, some sort of past event has wiped out your courage. Ooh, Mars is the planet of courage, okay? So, I may have to take that too in my own life. I gotta meditate on that one. I just had a C8, a V8. All right. Your fear, your emotions have gotten the best of you. Could I say this is all about balance? I could, because angels are saying those nights, yet again, they go back and forth. A seesaw, right? Right? As the seesaw is working, there's some point where balance is achieved. And that's exactly what life is. Life is like a seesaw. Sometimes the good parts are up. Sometimes the good parts are down. Sometimes the whatever's in the darkness, it comes up, right? And it's exposed and it's released. And then you go down, right? You go into your darkness, you bring to the light. Life is like a seesaw. But if you're riding it correctly, every now and then you achieve balance. And that's all the universe wants. Okay? I'm a spirit having a human experience. I'm here to get closer to love. Angels are saying, and this is weird because I know the devil was sitting over here. For some of you, you are addicted to love. You might as well face it. You're addicted to love. I'm addicted to love. All right. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. So let's talk about that. If you're addicted to love, or if love is your Achilles heel, right? It's the one thing you haven't conquered in this lifetime. It's the one thing that keeps bending you over. Universe is like, yo, change your perception of it, right? What that means is love in relationships, love in family, love for your children, love for your animals, love for your craft, love for the universe, love for God. It's all love, right? So if this love is not working over here, shift to this love and give that maybe time to rest or cleanse, right? If you need to cleanse from relationship love, then, call up your family, see what they're doing. I choose to learn through love. I can't make this up. I choose to learn through love. And the devil's sitting right over here. Some of you are afraid of love. I know. My angels were saying that is the major difference between conditional, that's devilish love, right? Bondage, attachment, and that makes the difference between conditional and unconditional, right? Unconditional is Aquarius, as in, roam free. I'm solid. I'm good. I feel secure. I know you're coming back. I know, I'll be okay. That's unconditional love. There's 12 universal laws. There's the law of allowance. I know Abraham Hicks teaches that. Allowing people to just be who they are, what they are, and, that's it. And love yourself. But conditional love says, your primary purpose, Claude, every waking day of your life is to give me love and show me love and make me feel loved by you. That's conditional love. Oh, shoot. I was going to read the card on the end. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. I find deeper meaning and personal growth through the discomfort. What's the discomfort? The unknown. That's why you're round and round, round and round, round and round, round. And then you got the nerve to get motion sickness. Stop. I want to get off this ride. Release the past. Release emotional connections to the past, which is the same as healing, right? Cleanse. Start looking forward towards the future. And just as if you were going into space and you have that wonder, like, ooh, I wonder if we're going to see any aliens, right? Or any shooting stars or any comets or asteroids, right? Return that beautiful wonder to your life. I hope that makes sense, Scorpio. If the reading does resonate, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Personal readings are still open. I keep saying I'm going to close them, but they're still open. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.